roof on. Burn the house down.
Do you want to turn it down?
Well, this is actually my job. I got to kind of pay attention to what's happening here. All right. Caught me a fucking bad hair day. All types of dumb shit.
It's not a bad hair day.
Yeah,
Is it a bad hair day today?
It's a bad hair day. Shit.
Okay, well I do apologize, Ice, but we do want to interview Mr. Luscious Ice for the Opulent blog. Is that okay with you?
Cut this off. Okay, I'm listening.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready
All
for you to
right.
start asking questions.
Okay, do you remember the first thoughts and where you were in life when you knew that you wanted to be a part of this industry?
I was in high school. I knew I had natural talent to be a DJ, right? Or be in the industry. It had to start with DJing.
Right.
I was in high school, and people were telling me about the whole voice thing. I mean, I sounded the same then I sound now. It's just that I didn't realize they was gonna head in that direction, the direction of becoming a DJ. Because the first thing I did in high school was the morning announcements. Mm-hmm. But I used to imitate DJs, try to sound like DJs I used to hear on the radio in Houston. I did the high school announcements like that, and people used to crack up on that shit. As far as the music thing was concerned, I got exposed to the DJing thing in high school with my best friend at the time, who I ran track with in high school. He thought he was a rapper. I used to rap, but I'm not busting a rhyme right now. I can't do that shit.
You don't give us no freestyle?
I'm not giving you a freestyle, paid style, no style. How about that one? But he went to the military, and we used to DJ parties together. I remember the first party we ever did, we made $15 together.
Oh, wow.
His amp blew out in the middle of the party. It paid us $15. So he started buying DJing equipment, and he actually taught me how to DJ. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He went to the military after we graduated. He left me his equipment. So I had to hustle up money to get my own equipment by the time he got out of basic training. So that's when I knew, just to go back to your original point, that's when I knew I wanted to be a DJ. I used to get, by my track coach, fussed at for bringing headphones to track meets. I almost got kicked off the track team, and I got a scholarship in track. So that means I was good to a degree. But I knew then. I love music anyway.
Right.
The whole hip-hop thing was kind of new. I mean, to me, because I was a Michael Jackson and Prince person. But, I knew I wanted to be a DJ then.
All right now. Okay, was this career your first choice in the industry, or did you desire another career within the industry?
As far as radio or DJing?
Just in the industry, period.
Yeah. It's the only one that I've ever been interested in. It's the only one I've ever done. I mean, I put out an album before, but I knew my calling was radio. That's what I wanted to do.
So you went with your
I know I wasn't going to the damn Olympics, so I had to get a job. You know what I mean?
Right.
My mom hated that too. She didn't like me to be a DJ.
Really?
She thought it was a waste of time.
How long have you been in the entertainment industry?
27 years. Officially.
What's your anniversary date?
May 27th.
All right now. I'm gonna have to remember that.
Yeah, I need a gift.
Okay.
In this bitch.
Gotcha.
I can't cuss, right? Of course I can't.
Okay, describe your hustle to where you are now, to where you have come from.
I think because I was always the underdog as a DJ, getting on the radio and not really, on at the playground, you always had that one player who was on the sidelines. He never got picked to be on the team.
Right.
But when I got on the team, I became a star of the team. It was one of them kind of things. I think that one thing you can't do in this business is ever become complacent in this business. Especially since this technology and digital age is taking over. You can't become complacent. And as long as I've been in it, I know there's room for growth. I've done probably everything in radio but on the station yet. So there's always room for growth. That keeps my grind going. And then you gotta also understand too, a lot of younger folks out here trying to come up. They want your position. They want to be where you are.
Right.
People don't care what you did yesterday. They care what you're doing now.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, where would you like to be before it's over?
Probably owning a station. Don't know how much more time I got to DJ. I can't predict that. But owning a station is the ultimate goal. That's what I really want to do.
Oh, well, that sounds awesome.
Oh my.
Very awesome. What are some keynotes that you have taken from your experience as an inspiring entertainment industry professional?
Well, it comes down to basics. It comes down to punctuality, persistence, determination. Let me see. Always willing to give back. If you don't give back anything, you haven't done anything.
Right.
And you can learn a new lesson in this business almost every day.
That is true.
I mean, the whole business is not sitting around what you think and what you do.
That is true. Was there ever a time when you said, this isn't for me?
Yeah, my mom died.
I remember you telling me about that.
I mean, I think that was a crossroads. But then, too, she wouldn't have wanted me to quit, so I didn't quit. And, you know, I can say that in 27 years of being in radio, I've had only one time where I was out of radio for a month and a half in 27 years. So, I really can't, I can't say that because of the industry I wanted to quit, because of personal reasons I wanted to quit.
Right.
But I overcame, you know, and we're here still today.
Exactly. Well, it looks like you kind of answered this one. What motivated you to stay focused and determined on your goals, aspirations in this industry?
Because I know that there's really no end to it. It's infinite. And basically, when you stop growing, you stop going.
Right.
You know, like I say, it's always younger people out here. They doing their thing. They making things happen. You know, and there's a lot of people out here doing good things too. It's not all bad. But, you know, that keeps me motivated to keep up with everything that's happening. You know, like, I got respect for a lot of the younger DJs that are trying to do what's been done. But, you know, like I say, they're my inspiration, but also at the same time, I pay respect to the OGs.
Such as, who were your inspirations coming up?
Well, if I gotta go to Houston, I gotta go to Captain Jack, Steve Fournier, I gotta go to Lester Pace, I gotta go to the people that worked at Magic 102, that worked at the Box. If I had to go on a national scale, Greg Mack.
Greg
Red Alert, Marley Marl. A couple of guys I've been in the industry. I mean, there's so many people I can talk about, but those guys made me work for a goal. You know, I listen to those guys and I'm like, this is what I have to do for the rest of my life. So it's a small group of people who had the influence on that.
Oh, sounds wonderful. Sounds wonderful. I know you've worked with a lot of different people in this industry. Is there anyone that you haven't worked with that you want to work with?
Well, it's a lot of the newer cats that are around, like, you know, like the Drakes and like people like that. If you're talking about music industry. As far as radio people, it's not really too many because I work with some great radio people. I mean, from the New York aspect of it, to being in Miami, to being in Houston, to being in Memphis, Philly, all these places. I met probably some of the most influential radio people who helped me along the way too. DJs wise, I'd say DJ Premier, a good friend of mine. It's a lot of DJs who made their own benchmark imprint on my career. And me and Premier actually kind of started together, you know, but look at where he's at today.
Right.
You know, I respect, like I said, I respect all the OG DJs, you know. They set the way.
Awesome. What do you think are the most important aspects to consider before embarking on a career in this industry?
Well, you gotta have a goal. Be it money driven, be it career driven, be it whatever driven. If it's money driven, it's not gonna last.
Right.
Because if you build a foundation on any career that you take on, the money will come. I mean, you gotta want longevity. You gotta want everything to be pretty solid. It's a lot of attributes that will enable you to stick around for a long period of time. I see a lot of these young guys, they get in it for women, they get in it for money, for all the wrong reasons. Do they have careers 5 years after the fact? Most of them don't, because they never change. So that's why I see it. I mean, that's what I see that you really, really need if you plan on being around. You know, most of these guys won't have stories to tell in 5 years. You know, they live for the moment. You can't live for the moment.
What do you feel like is the biggest highlight of your career so far?
Oh my goodness. From a DJ standpoint, going overseas, DJing, because you never really realize being in the States how people overseas really appreciate what we do. That's the one thing that if I did anything else, I want to do again. I've been a tour DJ before, radio, clubs, all this stuff. But going overseas probably is the biggest eye-opener I've ever seen. You know, seeing all these people with these faces that speak a different language, and they just love American music. Mm-hmm. You know, so I think that's the biggest thing to date I've done.
Okay. Do you have any embarrassing moments in your career that you want to share with everybody, or you want to keep that to yourself?
I DJ'd in clubs that didn't have windows in them, mosquitoes flying in them. I spent the night in a nightclub before, and it was raining outside. So those are the growing pains of being a DJ. But that's when you're coming up. That's when you're trying to get a name for yourself, because once you get a name for yourself, you can, I guess, turn down situations you don't feel that are really appropriate for you, but
right.
Walk into the club with equipment, all types of stuff.
Right. Okay, and how would you categorize your art?
As a DJ?
As a DJ.
I can give you an adjective that's creative.
Okay.
And recreate. Because every couple of years you have to recreate yourself in order to stay in the same lane with what's going on.
Right. You gotta stay up with the time.
Yeah. The best description of everything I've done is longevity. And still going.
Right. Okay, what do you consider the must-haves in moving a career to a higher level?
Integrity for yourself, number one. You gotta have heart. You gotta have knowledge. Knowledge is power, as they say. You gotta have awareness, because you gotta be aware of what's going on around you, what's going on in front of you, you know, and aware of what's coming. You have to pay attention to your competitors. Mm-hmm. You have to pay attention to your non-competitors, you know, and pay attention to how the music changed over the course of time. You know, when I got in radio, the high groups were mostly East Coast groups. Public Enemy, LL Cool J, Run DMC, EPMD, you know, then a few from West Coast. But you have to evolve. I'll say evolution. That's the best word. Mm-hmm. Evolution is the best word to describe everything that's happening.
Right.
Evolution.
Right.
Yeah.
And before we end this interview, is there any inspiring words, advice that you want to give to people who are wanting to get in this industry as a DJ, as an artist, or whatever they choose to do?
One, don't start reading your own press releases. Don't let people tell you you're the best at something. I mean, you tell yourself that, let people tell you, but never believe it. You know, you can't believe you're the best in anything. It's always somebody better. It's always somebody working harder. Work hard. Stay focused. Get allies and friends in the business. I mean, become friends with people. Don't become enemies. Becoming an enemy doesn't get you anywhere. People. Respect everybody's grind. Understand your boundaries. Know your platforms. Understand that, you know, you can't be a self-centered person and not listen to good advice, because everybody can offer you some good advice to advance in the business. Be real. You know, be true to what you're trying to do, and understand that, you know, we don't own none of this.
Right.
We always work with somebody else. So, you know, understand, I guess, and play your position.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, any shout outs you want to give real quick?
To all the motherfuckers that are looking at this shit, okay, how about that? Opulent, that's what it is.
And before I let you go, I hear you got this music expo coming up this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit about that?
It's industry people, it's performances, got some community stuff going on. A lot of good people coming. Tony Draper, who I talked to on the radio earlier, Michael Watts, OG Ron C, Lil O, Charlie Boy, DJ Chose, local artists, regional artists. You know, my man Chico from Def Jam Records will be there. George Lopez, you know, DSR, he'll be there. Just really a conference to help young aspiring artists, DJs, whatever. You know, I want to make it more than a music thing. I want to make it a black thing. That's what we got to do.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Right on. Well, I do appreciate your time and thank you for speaking with Opulent Public Relations and Event Management.
More music on Where's the Blaze.
Luscious ice, baby.
We're done. From Miss Luscious Ice.
My nigga like the party on the third level. They be smoking kush on the third level. My white cup filled to the third level. You niggas 1 and 2, but we third level. Niggas getting cash on the third level. She gon' shake that out, it's on the third level.